All right, let's record. Nice. Wonderful. All right, hey guys, this is the first episode of my Sunday Market series that I'm going to be doing for my YouTube channel as well. So this is going to be on YouTube as well. Um, Let me just move this a little lower. Yeah, and in this, we'll be reviewing what's been going on a lot in the markets and stuff, and really how can we understand what's going to come in the future, right? Like that's the number one thing. Like what's happening next. Um, so let's look at the daily chart where we are on the S&P. Let's look at the S&P cash actually, which is this is just cash sessions of the SPX. Um, we are kind of in where we were around June, around that FOMC time, which is where we actually like dropped off this island top. We slowly over the past month got back up here, right? And then once we were able to get back up here, we actually broke through the prior high. But the big issue is that we actually kind of rejected it and now are back in this, trading range. Now, what's important to note is actually that we do have some, divergences on like the RSI daily, right? Where you have, um, you did have some like clues of like, even though we're going here, we have a pretty large negative divergence. Um, Whereas in our stochastics is a little different, but it kind of gave us a similar result. But something to note, which is kind of interesting, is on this day, which is our first like big red day, our RSI, like was here, right? It dipped that low, whereas here it's actually um, pretty much parallel. So it's actually kind of interesting that um, we're still technically trading within like a tight range, but I don't think that we really will be suffering too much from this. I don't think that we're gonna have some massive drop in the near future. Um, I don't really think that like I think RSI is cooling down, but there's more of a consolidation, and if anything, you might actually have like some type of like larger triangle. Um, from the lows of fucking like what was this March 23rd, right? Like you do have like this giant triangle that's like now super tight. Some additional things to note is actually that like we actually have broken a pretty strong trend for the second time by breaking down like key channels, key movements. Like you know we've been kind of accelerating this channel, right? We actually defended it multiple times, one, two, three times, and then we broke out. But if you go to the Nasdaq, it's actually a much larger trend broken, right? Like we have always been above our 30-day, but some people like to use I think it's 28-day or 24-day. I think it's 24-day or something like that, where we actually went under that. But I like to use the 1430, and I also like to use the 8. But since Ichimoku actually uses the 9, it's pretty similar, so I use that. It did give us clues right when we broke down into the 9-day and even into the 14-day. We saw like the warning signs of like a drop coming, at least a cool down coming within Nasdaq. Now, I was shorting on Thursday. I was shorting Netflix. I thought Netflix was a pretty good short. And I'll cover why I shorted where I did. So we had some pretty clean breakouts on Netflix multiple times over. We had like a head and shoulders kind of forming here, but then we ended up making a triple top, which we then broke out of, broke back in, which is actually very bullish, and then broke out of this descending trend line to continue this large uptrend that ran up until earnings. Then, we did have this like momentous drop after, I think this was a Monday or a Friday. This was a Monday, right? We gap up and then, crash down on Netflix. before earnings, where we have this trend line that we were kind of respecting, and then weren't able to actually maintain. And since we weren't able to maintain this, when we dropped this 48769 zone. That's where we opened. Let me see if that's the lowest candle. It's actually 484.28, but this one's 485. 48769 I think is like more relevant, especially here. Yeah, because these candles were like a lot more consistent here, whereas these two were just the opening candles that were pretty much reversed. But you could have put this line, which is what 48470, which was also a key line for me because that was the dip from actual trading session on Netflix. Now, what I was saying here was, you do have this descending trend line. Do we break out of it again like we did here, or do we continue like the selling pressure? And what I saw was that we have like this channel that we either break down, and we can even go to 472 and even all the way to fucking 464, which we actually do. Because we have all this unsupported buying up until like 473. You really have like the main support, where it's like a lot of floating. Like this is like good volume on this day, but then it's kind of like a lot of like overnight wow, and then kind of just maintained buying. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I saw RSI was quite low on the 1 hour, and I think on the daily it actually cooled down so much. Like look at this, it hasn't been this low since it was trading here. So it's kind of interesting that we started to actually break this like larger trend of like right here, like RSI on the daily for the first time since March is now below this downtrend line, which is crazy. Like the amount of strength that this has to have to maintain an uptrend in RSI this long is it's momentous. And in that time, we traded from when's the first like real low that we set? 312, right? 307.32, and then second dip was 294.75, and then we're trading at 500s. To be here and almost inch up is inane to me. And with MACD, it's so high. It's so crazy to me that like this balloon is like deflating, and it's taking so long. Like the last time we even touched the Ichimoku clouds was like back in early June, and then we did have like that one day in July where we dipped down and then had a reversal up. We did have like these days here, but that's so long ago. Like we can go to 437 if we want to. If the Nasdaq keeps hurtling down at meteoric speeds, it's kind of crazy. So from a trade management perspective, when I traded on Thursday, I had a pretty clean trade where I was like selling around here. I did sell 2 around here, tried to re-enter here to kind of come back in, but it wasn't that great. I did sell here, and I didn't keep anything overnight. I had like a lot of spreads set up. I set $470 spreads to, it was 470 to 450 for 60 cents, and I ended up selling them for like $3 to $4, which is really, really cool that I was able to do that. I actually thought Netflix was super strong overnight. Then it got sold off at the open and then got bought back really fast, which is what prompted me to make a different tech trade. I thought a lot of techs were going to go green, and they do. Like Amazon went green, Apple almost went green and stayed green. Facebook went green and didn't stay green, but Microsoft did the same. Like a lot of these. And then Tesla did make a push, not to go green, but to just, gain a lot of value back. And they did. This was down, another 70 points by like, this point it was what, 1368 was the low, and it closed at 1417. Pretty crazy. So that was my Netflix like short, but I wouldn't have shorted it into here, being that like on the lower time frames, RSI is reversing. On the 1 hour, we are be under this like RSI trend line. It's not the same as on the daily. The 4 hour, obviously it's a little bit different. On the 4 hour, you actually like kind of have like a different trend line from here that does get broken around here. Like you would see like probably like here. Yeah, it's like so wonky. What's this day? Yeah, I would say like you actually could have shorted on this day, on earnings day, but you wouldn't have made anything. That's just the way options work. So, but on the daily, not the prettiest look. You do have some potential to keep going down to like 441, but I don't think it'll happen. I think you're probably gonna see something like this occur again, right? Where you have like, consolidation, breakdown, and to break back up into massive move. So it'd be like probably like I would say we're here, like we're in one of these, and I think this is what's gonna happen next, on Netflix. Like RSI is so much more cooled down. MACD on the daily is like still red, so you can't really enter yet. But I would look for like some types of reversal symbols. Like maybe some options flow, something like that. Because overall, like the selling has kind of muted on this compared to others, so the relative strength is like pretty good on Netflix comparatively. Let's go to Qs. Okay, so the Qs also, for the first time, broke their 30-day. They have never broken their 30-day, like ever since April. Okay, like since literally this is March lows. Since then, we have never broken the 30-day. And then on Friday, we actually break through the 30-day, retake the 30-day, and they keep trying to sell it down. Important to note, NASDAQ is actually only 5 stocks right now, which is what Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft, Google, and Tesla. It's 6 stocks, I think, that own that are 50% of like the weight of the fucking NASDAQ, which is kind of inane. Kind of inane to me. I think all these random stocks that like exist are going to get crushed, like Datadog and Twilio trading at 250. Like their earnings are so soon, but like look at this, like 273 to 235 in like 2 days, like crazy. And like I honestly should have looked at this to short. It was, yeah, look at that, so many points for free. Snap, ugh. Actually, wow, I didn't even realize this is a prior trend line that we broke, and then you actually have it like respected 1, 2, 3. You could actually go long on Snapchat maybe. Look at the daily here. So crazy, like how much we've moved. Creator, dip into earnings. Earnings happens, shoots up, consolidation, breakout, break down, breakout again, and then now it's kind of like the volume's kind of picking up on the selling. I mean, it's earnings, so nothing's too crazy. Facebook has done a whole fucking lot of nothing in the past month. Like these are the fibs since I mean, why do we have double? We really don't need them. Same bars. Like this is the Shopify announcement, which is probably in my opinion the largest thing for Facebook as a fundamental business change. And like we never really broke this high except for here, and we sold off both times. Not so great. Shopify's earnings this week. I'm honestly curious on how it's gonna go. I was saying for so long that we are going to fill this fucking channel, and it went all the way to 880 on Friday. It has not been in the 800s in so long. So like shorting this thing is like, it's so hard to do because the premiums are so expensive, but like once you break down like all the moving averages, like this thing was such a short. Like it was a short right here when it broke this low, but like to get all the way here, like this is where you have to like take profit. There's no way you can not take profit there. but yeah, it's crazy. We've actually been in this channel twice now. One, two times, and then broke out, overthrow, and then here. Now the question is, do we enter earnings and maintain this upstream chain, or do we break out of the channel? And if we break out of the channel, like, it's not looking healthy here. Like, you got 842. You know, you got 842. Then you got fucking 783. Like, these are huge dumps if it happens, and it's just like insane to me that like we even got here. Like, how the fuck did we get here? I don't know. But anyways, as you can see, like, one of the biggest problems right now is actually there's so much indecision within this market. Do we maintain the bearish outlook? Because right now, as things are, in my opinion, it's bearish. We are in a bearish downtrend. We are, under our 30-day, we're under our 14-day, we're under our 9-day. Like, these aren't necessarily bullish in any way. Zoom, look at that. Fucking 238. It was at 266. Fucking crazy to me that some of these stocks are trading at these valuations. And like, this is the first real wake up we've had in quite a while. Like we've had a wake up here on some of these stocks, but like this is completely in a range that we haven't traded in since June. And if you haven't traded here since June, like, you can only imagine what can happen within, another month. This was 1 month, this is another month, this is another month, or this is another month. I can't be super bullish here. Trade Desk, look at that. Like, I don't even know what the fuck this company does. Square somehow managed to break out of this channel twice and then break back in again. This is like, look at this channel. I've had it for I don't know how long. It is fucking 23rd of March till now, and we're still in this channel. AMD finally broke out after the largest fucking like consolidation ever. Like, from April, consolidating, keeps trying to break out, never breaks out. Breaks out of this, area here finally, and then now we're, at 70. Could it keep going? Yeah, their earnings is like what in a day, but good luck playing it at these valuations after a 17% increase because their competitor says they're fucked. Spotify, really interesting because it fucking touched 300. Like, what was it, 299.67, and then since then we've lost 43 points on it. This channel is irrelevant now. These supports apparently are relevant. Yeah, like, it's still not under its 30-day, but until it reclaims its 14-day, it's still technically bearish. PayPal also breaking down this large trend. First time it actually broke down this trend line. Look at this. First time. DocuSign. Look at that. Fucking. Let's get like the lows here. Right? Let's say like a little less tight. 210 all the way to fucking 186. Alibaba. Honestly, I respect the company, but this shit is so fucking fake. Like, how many gap ups do you need? Gap. Fucking, this gap never gets filled, and then it finally does. Like, when it finally fills, it gets dumped, and then we're going, and it's like just China manipulation. This stock. Okta. I guess this is a less tight trend line. This hasn't been as like sloped as others, but my god, CRM went to 200 and then now is at 188. Like, all these like big monster stocks that gain so much valuation, some of them doubling, tripling, fucking quadrupling. Look at this. This is fucking SE. 24th of March, $35. height $130. Like this is Bitcoin in 3 months. And now the Titan Amazon, it bounces off its 30-day. Let's see, to a T, I think. The low is 2888, and then 30 days 2889.38. So this bounced off by $1. I honestly wish I bought this instead of Tesla because I really fucked up on Thursday with my trades. I had like a anxiety attack, literally, almost. But like I was thinking like buy Tesla and Amazon here. I bought Tesla instead, and then Tesla dipped more. Whereas Amazon, like I would have bought the 2965s for about 1,000, and then you can imagine, you know, a nice amount of profit that would have sustained no matter what happened throughout the day. Let's check futures. Flat. All right. So like the big techs are all breaking their uptrends, but does that mean it'll be sustained? That is something that we have to figure out this week, because you have tech companies all talking on Wednesday. You have to Congress, right? On Thursday, you have earnings of Apple, Amazon, and Google, and then on Wednesday you have Facebook. So you have every single one of the FANGs either reporting or having been reported by Thursday night. So last time Amazon had their earnings, what happened? It was fucking trading at, you know, 24 whatever, 24.19, and then opens the next day at fucking 2336, closes 2286. It's crazy. It's insane to me that we trade 200 points under. This is 10% of the stock. 10% of the stock. Like this is $1 trillion company, so it's $100 billion wiped off within an earnings. And you know, the thing that I'm not, you know, getting is why is everyone's Q2 estimate so low? Like Tesla's Q2 estimate was 3 cents. Like how could it be 3 cents? Like how? Like what the fuck are you pricing in for these companies that you're valuing at such a high rate? And I think this is the 1st of May. What happened to the SPYs on the 1st of May? 1st of May. Yeah, look at that. Fucking opens down, tries to push up, and gaps all the way there. It was a 10-point trading day. Like, you might as well just short into the fucking Friday. Just take a YOLO short. You might get 10 points. Crazy to think that. Crazy. Boeing, I have to. This stock is. Fuck this chart, dude. All right. So this is you know, where we were in March. In February and March. Large gap, breakdown, all the way to here. I remember I was shorting it like fucking crazy here. I think this was like the Trump pump day, and then I shorted it, and I made a killing off shorting this fucking piece of shit. Downward channel, breaks out, breaks into a larger channel, breaks out of that, and then well, this channel is now invalid. This channel's not really, none of these channels really matter anymore. But like you had like so many attempts at like uptrends, like this upward channel, and like you had so many questions of like you know, what do we do with BA? And it's like it's either in this channel or it's in this channel, and then it broke out of everything, went catabolic, and then broke down. And I was like, okay, it has to really pick a channel. Pick this one, went up, and then like hit kind of like this cross resistance of these two channels. Once that broke down, it maintained this, you know, breakdown before gapping up here, and then maintaining this, you know, box range for quite a while. Big problem to note is that you know, we did have an HNS that played out. It went all the way up here and still cannot break above this range. My view on BA is that it is not weak, but the big problem is that they need a fundamental business change, something that can help them really get priced a little higher, because like they're clearly struggling. Their RSI has not moved in a month and a half. Um, like their price has not moved in a month and a half. They are so low compared to where they used to be, and there's so much bad news about them, right? Grayscape's like, how much shit can you come up with that? But on the daily, the Ichimoku cloud is actually acting as resistance, and it's going to be resistance for quite a while. But the important thing to note is that we need to try to get this a little higher. Now, how do we get it higher? Well, there has to be some buying. Some people have to take interest, and so far it seems like we might actually just break down. We did put in a lower high, we put in a lot of lower highs. So we made highs, low, high, lower low, high, less, lower low, and then another one, lower high, kind of a lower low, so we're kind of consolidating in this channel, right? And I think some people have noted like that we're in this like giant like coil, but like I don't know, man, that's so hard to trade. And then it looked so good last week. It looked so good, like how much news it like kept kind of like holding, and then market crash, and then it kept holding, and then market crash. American Airlines had their earnings on Thursday. They actually had a crazy good move, but the big problem is that they're still consolidating. They're consolidating on the 15. I think they're even consolidating from this fucking range. It's like insane. Like you have so much consolidation. And like this is kind of the new price for it seems, right? Like this fucking area of like 1128, where it seems almost buyable every time for like a little cheeky flip. But again, what seems to be the problem is that we're not finding buyers for these various stocks anymore. A lot of money seems to either have been gone to the sideline or something like that. And it seems like it's just not getting lift. Every time it tries, it doesn't do it. Either we have accumulation, or there's like, a storm coming that no one knows about. Will it be the dollar going up and spiking? Who knows? It could be anything. Norwegian, look at this. Like, has not gone anywhere since March. Royal Caribbean, barely up since March, and it's about to break out of cloud on the daily, which is fucking terrible. It's already out of cloud on the 4-hour, which is extremely bearish. It is below all the moving averages except for the 200-day, because the 200-day is so fucking low. This stock was trading at $130, man. Carnival, Delta. IWM actually looks like not terrible. But we are getting like an RSI kind of breakdown. When was the last time we were here? And, RSI looks kind of healthy. Like this was the head and shoulders measured move from here, but it never broke down, so kind of crazy. Southwest, they had their earnings recently. RTX has their earnings soon. Save. I don't know, man. Like, what are you gonna do? What is there to trade? Banks? Let's look at TLT. TLT RSI is kind of high, but it does have a long way to go. You can actually really spike on the. Yeah, I say you can actually like really get somewhere. Like it was. This is where it was in April, and like. You do have a bit of a divergence, but I don't know. I think you can actually get some crazy movement here this week. I think TLT might be a good one. The VIX is interesting. Bounced off. Let's go to the actual VIX. Bounced. Tried to bounce from the 200 MA, but I mean, we had contract expiration that always pushed down the VIX in those times, but we actually retook the 200 MA and then broke down, which is quite terrible. Usually we have like what, a couple of days of a new low, then once we hit the next support, which the next support is actually 21.6, we get like a bigger spike, and that's something that can happen. But I'm not necessarily all for that. The banks actually look quite supported by the EG cloud. We did break out of the cloud and are maintaining this. This is after bank earnings. Banks didn't look so hot last week, but you know they did maintain relative to the market. Morgan Stanley obviously like dipping a lot more, but look how much farther it's gone than JP Morgan or Citigroup. I don't know, man. Like banks, you might be able to go long if it like sustains this. Maybe you can go long on like Goldman Sachs. Bank of America doesn't look terrible. If it can break into this cloud, it's actually quite bullish. They are on like some sort of uptrend. Like look at that. Like this is kind of like your next breakout point of 2486. Let's add an alert there actually. I would say actually your breakout's more to be here. My personal take is that opening candles, like the open, if it's so thin that you aren't really like trading most of it, like the real breakout would be here, and then the algos will react here. But I think this is like, I think that's like a way to beat the algos, which is kind of crazy. Like you have to get out of like the closing range, but like it's really like, as you can see here, like the reason I'm going here is because it's above this and it's above most of the width here. So like this is where I'd see like more of a breakout. I'll put alert on this one. I think that's important to like think about. Oh, it's HLL. What a piece of shit. Nvidia. Oh, we didn't even go over Nvidia today. Nvidia. So strong comparatively. Like held its 30-day and tried to break into its 20 into its 14-day, but wasn't able to. Kind of interesting, honestly. Nvidia might be worth logging. It's so much stronger than the rest of tech. It's crazy. Tesla, man. I don't know where it's gonna go. I can't tell you, because like this is what happened last earnings: red, red, green, consolidation, green, green, like consolidation forever. Finally breaks out again, breaks out again. Like has like that little consolidation here. Like for some reason on fucking Tesla, it's like consolidation is 3 days, and then all of a sudden shoots up 200 points. Qualcomm's not looking too great, sir. Surrender good. If you want to know what will happen, look at DJX. I'll look at the Dow in a bit. I don't think the Dow looks bad, personally. I think the Dow's actually catching up. Listen, you have the S&P, you have the Dow, and you have the NASDAQ. If you go to all of them, you'll see, actually, let's do this. this is the daily, right? We all dipped. Okay, let me. No. Let's get rid of all my indicators. Okay. If you look at like from here to here, right? The blue is fucking IXIC, right? The uptrends from the Nasdaq are much higher. Like compared to here, right? This is the Nasdaq, okay? This is the Dow. And then this is the SPX, right? Well, we already have that line. Okay, so either this goes up or this goes down, because this slope isn't not like, it's tricky to look at here, but like imagine all these were at the same starting point, or if we start from like 2019, right? Let's actually like move this to like, maybe this. All right, let's do that. Look at where we are, okay? For all these three lines, okay? This is the Nasdaq at 6,000, over double, okay? The Dow is, you know, here, and then the SPX is here. Which one has to correct, okay? So for this to correct, either the Dow goes up, right? And then the Nasdaq stays here, and the SPX stays here, right? And goes up like a little bit more, right? So it's like a little bit less sloped. All right, so it's like there, right? Either that happens, right? Or let's look at this other way, right? We have the Nasdaq go down, which is what's happening, but it actually has to go down like here. So the Nasdaq is going to go here, right? And then the Dow goes up to like fucking wherever, like maybe it meets it here, and then it's and the S&P goes down here. Like, is that healthy at all? I don't think so. Yeah, like you have to like look at the comparison. Why is the Nasdaq crashing so much comparatively? What doing? Up 10 points, silver up so much more. Like, let's look at gold actually. Gold, man. Look at this. Last time I was up here is in 2011. Actually, let's look at the actual commodity of gold. What is it? ZG. Let's do this. Let's do the weekly. Jesus Christ. Like in 2011 it was like this, alright, and if you look at the RSI, it's actually like quite diverged. Alright, like the RSI is a lot lower, so maybe we do get like some cooldown, but like this is a weekly, so it's so hard to like determine. Maybe on a daily it's different. I don't know. I think we have like more to go on this breakout. Like, look how we broke out here. Like, we actually have, like, maybe we cool down, consolidate a bit, but, like, I don't know. I think we, like, blast off on gold. The problem is with these ETFs, they don't actually own any gold. Like, maybe you get, like, 1 day of consolidation even, if even. But right now, it's, like, overnighting is, like, so beneficial. Like SLV, look at these gaps, dude. Look at these gaps. And silver is about to blast off. Like, this is good. This is healthy. You want consolidation here. maybe you see like that, and then it'll break out. But you know, where is it? It's pretty crazy. What's going on? All right. Also, I wanted to cover one more thing. Look at dark pools as of recent. So, dark pools, to give a light conclusion, is like institutional buying of in the S&P 500. Now, usually on dips, like larger dips, we actually get spikes of buying. As you can see, like on these days, we actually get some spikes of buying before some like resurgence. And as of recent, like we haven't really been getting these spikes. But my view, actually, is that like we do have like some buying near news, and then the news comes out on the moon, and then there's a lot of like distribution throughout the market. Problem is, we're not getting any buying anymore. Like we are below like anything here. Like I think this is what 43.2, and this is 42.9 after a giant dip on a Friday. Doesn't look so great. And then like, nope, not Epic Games Launcher. Epic Pen. Let's go here. All right. You literally have a divergence. Like here, like whenever you have like a divergence, it's like, then it corrects, right? Well, like here you have this divergence where, does it correct this way or does it correct up? Like, you never have like a downtrend here. Like you never do. And like when you do, it gets corrected either by a larger spike that goes down or something like that. But it's like, it's kind of hard to do technicals on this thing. But like in my view, it's like above this line is like, fuck, I can't do this straight line. Oh fuck, that was hard. Like, is like more bullish, but like realistically, like you need like above 45%. So like the fact that we're like trending downwards is not great. So that was your daily Epic Pen. How do I close this thing? Alright. Like, that's my view. And then, like, Gamma is also still low. It's not really going higher. It's not crashing. I don't know. I don't think. It's like, so many indicators are bearish. But, like, you have stimulus coming up. You have, like, possible tech correction. You possibly have more to go for the bubble. I don't know. And when equities crash, like gold, metals will crash too. The VIX doesn't look so bullish. Big tech looks terrible, but rebounded a lot. Like all these dips have been viable. So the question is, are we gonna find a viable dip, right? Like, we actually, did we close above our 30-day? No, we didn't. No, we did. Okay, we did. But 369.49. But like, is there a trade here? Maybe there is a trade to go all the way back here. Like, it's, look at this. These trends in RSI have never been broken until it does, and then once it breaks, look at that. Look at that. Look at that cool down. It hasn't been this low since fucking 21 of April, which is where we were at 268 on Apple. And like, I'm sure you can see this in so many others. Like, Facebook is shit, so never mind. Microsoft, also large trend. Been a little bit weaker because it had its earnings earlier. But like, look at these RSI like trends. Breakout, false breakdown, breaks back in, bounces, and then crashes. 213 all the way to 197.87. Meanwhile, EVXY, you have a fucking massive downtrend. Like, and do we break out of it? You know, like, do we break out of this downtrend? Like, on the stochastics, you even have one. You know, like, I don't really understand stochastics so well, but like, eh. So some things I think might be worth trading are like maybe some energy sector. I think oil is flat, but like maybe this gets a boost with all the buying, with all the restructure talks. Like we do have a super tight range, you know, where we're like trading within like this like triangle that we like have broken down, but like it can really go, especially pre-earnings, you know. Do I think people are buying oil? No. No, you can definitely do TAA, but it's like hard because VIX doesn't really adhere. You don't have like RSI readings so much. It's more of just trends. Let's see if anyone's doing anything. This person's just trading futures. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong, but crypto, I don't know. This is so bullshit when they have like, I don't know, dude. Wow, gold's ripping. Holy shit, it's ripping. 16 points, and it's just going. It's just going, dude. Like, gold is... Maybe I just gotta buy gold. Jesus Christ, it's crazy. I mean... Yeah. I don't know. I think we open green, probably have a green Monday. Look at this fucking move. Crazy. Gold's so expensive right now. It's a lot of people think we won't see these numbers anymore, but it's kind of crazy. Anyways, we have this channel that we're, you know, kind of rebounding out of. Like, I could see a world where like we actually like go like pretty green on certain oil. Apache still in this gap. XOM, Gush, and it's fucking shit ATF, but reverse split stocks are so fucking annoying, man. XOP, maybe. I actually was thinking about guns. So my opinion is that we will enter one of the largest crime waves in history in about a month. Reason why is because unemployment ending will likely push people outdoors in the heat after so much shit news and so many people hating Donald Trump and shit. But you know, you're allowed to do that. But like, I mean, Biden's a vegetable, but you know, if you want to vote for vegetable, that's fine. But I mean, we have literally militias mobilizing. We have militias fucking mobilizing. We have so much shit about to hit the fan. Yet, like, nobody's like bracing for what could be the largest crime wave ever. This is a crazy breakout. I think this was like near the riot dams, right? When the Black Lives Matter protests start? It's the beginning of June, I think so, right? Yeah, look at this. Boof. Yeah, it is the protests. Consolidation breakout. Literally a pretty clean breakout, right? Gets above here, stays above. Maybe it consolidates for one more day, but like stochastic RSI on the daily is quite low. So you could see breakout quite soon. Not so much volume though. Was it Smith and Wesson? What's their daily look like? Ooh, this looks great. This looks like it's about to break the fuck out. Yeah. I would say like it wanted to break out. I'm gonna put alert on this one. That's a XP. We did close green on the candle, but I think it was like a lot of late day selling. Yeah. I mean, our earnings wasn't bad, but people like to think they're bad, so. Month out. I might do this. What are we trading at right now? Yeah. Might do it. I don't know. Like this, I don't know if this is a great trading week. There's so much shit going on that like, what do we do? Like, what do you trade? The market's waiting. It's waiting on something. I think it's waiting on tech. I think tech has to decide where it's gonna go. Like, look at this. Fucking 237. Now we're at 255. Do we break this? Do we break this down even more? This is a massive channel. Let's say like, probably like here. But look at this channel. It's huge. If you want to tighten it, you can actually go all the way here. I think if you just enter from 6th of April. If you went from the 6th of April and you believe in channel-based trading, which you know I do, this is actually a buy. You might actually be able to buy the fucking Qs. Crazy. So constantly higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Well, yeah. Boom, boom. Technically it's still higher low. This low is literally above the last high almost. Did I look at BA yet? I did, but I'll go over it again for you. So BA, in my opinion, maybe it's waiting on earnings, but It's been consolidating. Ignore all. You know what? I get rid of these. Do I need to get rid of him? No, I don't. I need to get rid of that, that, this, and that. So basically, BA is in a weird spot where it's like not able to get above this red line, right? This 182 anymore. It was able to at one point, actually stayed above it. Then once it broke down, it attempted to break out, then stayed below constantly. Every time it breaks up, you can actually short this shit. But it seems like on Friday it was just sold the fuck off. Like it was 180 and ends at 173. Not so great. And especially with tech coming back up so much on Friday, it seems like people rotated into this and then outside of it, which is kind of crazy. Now, my point of view is if it breaks down here, this line, then you're likely seeing some more downside, but with earnings, you know, what? Wednesday? Could you really short this shit? I don't know. I think if the market turns up, it becomes a buying opportunity. It goes like 181 maybe, and then pre-earnings shoots up if they have good earnings. But to play Boeing this week is also kind of tough because it's so expensive to play earnings. I mean, look at where they were last earnings, right? And then, so what happened last earnings? I think it just I think this is the earnings day, right? 29th of April. So then the next day it was just flat. Unless it was pre-market, in which case it went up and then flat and then died down for days. Truth is, Boeing as a company is kind of fucked. People cannot afford their orders, canceling left and right. And if Trump's not in office, does Boeing survive? I don't know. It's kind of a scary reality. Like, if Trump doesn't win, what happens? I don't know. Any other stocks, guys? Someone added me, tuned in for a bit, by the way, may have been, but the audio sounds weird / static sound. Yeah, I think it's because of my wire touching this thing all the time. I got DMs from the chart. Latest looks like playing safe to cover problems and reinvesting in discount comes. Blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, you could do a lot of different things right now. I need to get a new wire. I need to do a lot of things. I can't believe I fucking fucked up so hard on Friday. I think we get... Also, it's the end of the month, so, like, you're gonna have some more buying, I think, and selling. And the month rebalances this week, and I don't think we really rebalanced last week, so maybe that was a lot of the tech selling last week. Maybe it was a lot of it was just rebalance. I think the airlines are tradable. I think oils can be tradable. All right, let's go to Oxy last month. I mean, this was already cooling down from end of June, but did get some lift. Like, what was it? 17 became 18. Pretty decent lift. Apache is usually the one that's bought, right? Nah, got some accumulation, but nothing crazy. I think we just rip all night, and then tomorrow is probably gonna be green day overall. Mainly the Dow though. Any last stocks, guys? Holy shit. Yeah, I looked at Nvidia. I think it looks good. I think Nvidia is pretty strong. I think Nvidia looks better than almost all of tech. Is there anyone that's working out recently, like at home? I want to start working out again. Like ever since I like stopped working out, my brain has been fucked. Yeah, I think this just rips all night. Gold probably just rips all night. I don't know. Maybe get a rotation to oil and airlines. We'll see in the morning. I think in the morning we'll see. What's power minus 90? Also, seriously, guys, like, don't sub to my Patreon yet because I don't know what the fuck I need to do with it. But I want to like actually do this. Like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but like to create like a monthly support thing because like I don't really have many subs here. I had at the height of it when we were on Unusual Whales the Discord when we were allowed to post and shit, but we aren't, so sucks. But hoping we can get something done. I don't know, man. Power 90 still work out. Yeah. I want weights though. I don't have weights at home. I need to buy weights. Oh shit, that reminds me. Lululemon. This is kind of interesting to me. Earnings is kind of far. Did bounce a bit, but you know, it did break down the 1430 days, but I mean, last time it did this, look at that. In a couple of weeks. 310, 320. Let's see. Let's go August 21. Wait, when's their earnings? Yeah, that's fine. Like 322 is $13, and then you can go like maybe here or here, or you can do 1050 770. Ooh, 1050 725 looks sick, or 980 985 535. Definitely doable. $3. That's a pretty good spread. $3. That's the way to go. Alright guys, I don't think you guys care for the vlog right now, so not gonna vlog. I think I'm gonna do that in my own time and kind of document it, because I've had a pretty fucked up year. This has probably been the roughest year of my life. For it to play out the way that it has, and then for trading to really fuck up a lot of things, has it not been great, which is why I'm like taking a break. Maybe I quit, maybe I just trade lightly forever and never really go in heavily, but yeah, this year has been kind of fucked up on so many levels, and I'm like, I don't know if it's like the word's an empath, but like I care a lot about the general public, and I have absolutely close to zero hope for the state of events that's going to occur in the coming year, in the coming 2 years. The amount of bankruptcies, like unemployment could go to fucking 30 to 50 million people. Like it's going to be hell. You know, I don't know how we will recover from this, personally. This is gonna be a multi-year recovery. Like if you go to the fucking, what was it, SPX for the fucking year, let's go to monthly. Like fucking, can you even track where the Spanish flu was? Like, this is hell. We are fucked. All these companies got greedy and like fucked up everything. And then now they have no safety bounce. And then they also now have no revenue. The fuck do you do? I don't know. I think this is when they went public. No. Why is it a steady downtrend? Spot we went over already, but oh, let's go lemonade. Kind of interesting. Seems like it's deciding where to go. What are these premiums, man? $4 for $10 spread. Not the best. Anyways, I'll end the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll post some charts in the Discord, and we'll see what happens.